Hello, this is Jane Talbot, and it is day 3 of my invisible Counsellors adventure. Last night, I cut my guest list right down. I only invited 3 guests, and I did this on the basis that the first night, well, it just kind of got out of hand. It was too rowdy in the meeting. So the guest list last night was Richard Branson on the basis that he was so enthusiastic, buoyant and supportive. J.K. Rowling on the basis that I think she was trying to tell me something on the first night, but she couldn't be heard over the noise of the rest of the group. Tony Robbins, he didn't turn up on the first night, but I thought, you know what, I'll extend the invitation again and see if he does come along. And that was it. So I went to bed, closed my eyes, created a boardroom in my mind's eye, opened the door and invited them in. Richard Branson comes bounding in full of enthusiasm, greets me by name, takes his place here. J.K. Rowling comes in silent, sits opposite me at 12 o'clock, looking meaningfully and expectantly at me, but saying absolutely nothing. I wait for a while. Guess what? Tony Robbins doesn't show up. I'm liable. There was a third guest though. Bit of a surprise. Kurt Russell, the actor, dressed as a firefighter from the film Backdraft. He'd been brought along, he'd been invited by Richard Branson. So we're all sitting there, and of course it's Richard doing all the talking as usual. And he's extolling the virtues of Kurt Russell. And he's telling me I really should be working with Kurt Russell. I really should be working with Kurt Russell. And I'm sitting there thinking, I just don't get this. I didn't even invite Kurt Russell along. I want to hear what you have to say, Richard, and I want to hear what you have to say, J.K. Rowling. So I looked at J.K. Rowling meaningfully and expectantly, and she said nothing. But there was obviously a purpose in her being there. Her presence felt significant. Richard is still going on, still being enthusiastic, and still really trying to convince me that I ought to be working with Kurt Russell. And it was really odd because even when I asked the question why, I didn't get the answer direct. I just got a, you really need to do this. At which point I got a little bit frustrated, I have to admit, so I thought, well, I'm going to check out of this meeting. So I went to sleep. And during the night, I kept checking into the boardroom. They were still all there. J.K. Rowling still silent, Richard Branson still going on, and Kurt Russell just sitting there, here, next to me. I woke up this morning and I thought, really not sure that this technique is working for me, until I realised it's totally working for me. I don't know why I didn't get the message before. Do you know what I think Richard Branson was telling me to do? He was telling me to collaborate, and that this collaboration should be an unusual one. An unexpected synergy will emerge as a result of collaboration. You know, I feel quite excited.